So to be an emotionally intelligent person is to be able to have an understanding of others' emotions as well as your own and the perception of others and how they feel, and what kind of entails with all that. Um, you have to, just be able to sympathize sometimes with others, even though it might not be your situation. You have to be able to feel that just as much as they do. And once you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes of why they're feeling so down, and therefore you can understand like where they come from and why they are either hurting or why they're happy. Because I mean, just it doesn't always have to be a sad situation. Um, some of my strengths that I believe after taking the quiz for emotional intelligence, I scored a 63, and anything from a 56 to a 75 is classified as an emotionally intelligent person. And I'm not a 75. I'm like I feel right in the middle between, the cusp of what is like on the edge of becoming one and an emotionally intelligent person and what is an extremely emotionally intelligent person. And I think that's pretty accurate to who I am because I mean, I am a good listener. I feel I can give good advice to others. And I can also accept advice or any types of criticisms or, you know, constructive criticism that there is. I feel like I can handle that. It doesn't break me down and make me, sad or, I kind of just take what I've learned and apply it to what I've been doing and see if it can give me a new outcome and make things better. And that's always been who I am. Uh, you know, you have to get over when bad things happen. You have to just, move on. Like, I mean, just as recently as yesterday, I caught a flat tire and I ended up missing class. But, and I could have just, scrapped the whole day and just thrown it away and chalked it up as a loss. But instead, I still decided to come up here and, talk to my teacher, find out, exactly what we had going on, yesterday in class and try to get some work done still. Uh, I mean, some of my weaknesses that when it comes to emotionally intelligent, I mean, it would be, I mean, I've gotten a lot better, over the years. I think that getting over things used to be a challenge for me, but now it's become pretty easy. I think the older you get, the more you kind of, the experiences that you deal with, it helps you move on a little faster. Uh, the way that I plan to address my weaknesses, the one that I mentioned, like I said, I think that is addressed through growth and experience with things, just whatever it is. It could be relationships, it could be work, yeah, it could be school. You just gotta know that if you give your best effort, no matter what, then you can't, you won't feel bad at the end of the day, even if it doesn't go right, because you know that you did all that you can do to make that possible. Make the best of the situation. I mean, emotional intelligence, the concept of it. I mean, it's just a definition. It's it describes a lot. It describes a lot of people, a lot of different people, a lot of different aspects. So the concept of it, I think it's real. I think it's something that you know people truly do deal with because some people aren't that high up on the bar when it comes to being emotional intelligent because some people they can't handle stressful situations or they can't handle criticism, they can't handle losses, they can't handle any type of traumatic experiences. It kind of takes them down a spiraling path and leads them to other things that won't help them build on that. uh, how do I feel about how does it directly relate to success in the workplace? I think it's pretty like there. Like it's not something that's in the background. It's right there because if you come into a new job, you don't know too much anything that's going on at where you're at. They do. Of course, places do all the online training, but online training is nothing like having that hands-on experience. Like you don't get that anywhere else, but like being in the field. So you might see one of your coworkers working faster, harder, you know, getting things done quicker than you, and sometimes that can affect your morale, and you just feel like you might never get it, you might never be as good as that person, but you shouldn't compare yourself to someone else. You should be able to understand how you work, and that knowing if you continue to with your work ethic and work hard, that you'll be able to either do, match, or surpass exactly what they're doing. And it's not a competition. It's about working together. So I think you have to be able to understand that, and understand that aspect of work, and being and knowing emotional intelligent person, wouldn't get down if it takes some time to learn things at the workplace. It definitely affects, I think, a salesperson more than somebody in accounting, because sales, you have to deal with, you know, different people, uh, a lot. You don't usually deal with the same person. And then sometimes the product that you're selling might change. So because the product that you're selling, it might be constantly changing, and you might have to come up with new pitches. And I mean, the most important thing is that you're not always going to get told yes. Like, people are going to tell you no. And sometimes hearing no, I mean, even as far back as a kid, hearing no is not the answer that you want to hear when you're asking for something. You always want to hear yes. Like, that's what you want to hear. That's why you ask. You didn't ask for somebody to tell you no. So sometimes hearing no can destroy a person. But if you're an emotionally intelligent person, then you can just shake that off and continue on to the next. Because if you have six people and five say no, that sixth person might say yes, but you don't know if you just give up after the fourth. And as far as accounting, I mean, it's kind of just there. Like, it's not the same aspect of working. It's different. You deal with people, you deal with numbers, but it's not a sales pitch. You don't have to try to sell somebody on what what you're offering and why it could work for them. So it's a little different. I think being a salesperson is you need to be a little more emotionally intelligent than being an accountant.